In this video, we'll look at a spectacular example of a material that has both high toughness and high strength. You may have seen videos about materials that are so tough that they can be stretched, beaten, bent, and even welded without breaking. But this one is different because it's also really strong. It's so strong that it can support its own weight thousands of feet up in the air, and it's naturally magnetic. So what is this material and how is it made? It's called a shape memory alloy, or more specifically, a superelastic shape memory alloy. These alloys are made from a few different elements, but the main one is Nitinol, which is a nickel-titanium alloy. When you heat it up, it wants to expand, but when you cool it down, it wants to contract. So if you heat one end of this wire up and then let it cool down, it will contract and pull on the other end just like a rubber band. But unlike a rubber band, you can heat it up over and over again, and it'll keep contracting and expanding without losing its ability to do work. This makes it what's called a pseudo-elastic material. It's like a rubber band that never gets tired. And by the way, this isn't a new technology. It was first discovered in 1963. But what's amazing about it is that it can also be super strong. Here you can see that it's supporting its own weight many feet up in the air. But how is that possible? If you look closely, you can see that it's not just one wire, but it's actually made of many small wires all twisted together. So when you apply a load to it, like when you're trying to pull it down, each of those small wires gets pulled down a tiny bit. But since it's made of a shape memory alloy, each little wire is able to pull on the next one like a set of slinky springs. And that just keeps going up the whole length of the material until the weight is supported. But why does this make it strong? Remember how I said that when you heat up a material, it wants to expand? Well, when you pull on this material, you're heating it up because you're applying a load to it. So if you were to cut it open, you would see all these little wires expanding and pushing against each other. That makes it really hard to pull apart. You'd have to put a lot of force to pull it apart, which makes it strong. But wait, there's more. Remember how I said that this material is naturally magnetic? Well, that's because nickel and iron are magnetic. And that gives this material some really cool properties. For example, here you can see that this magnet is lifting up a whole bunch of the material, even though it's not directly attached to it. It's like the magnet is gluing itself to the material with its magnetic force. This has a ton of practical applications, especially in medicine. Here you can see a stent being deployed in a coronary artery. Stents are used to keep arteries open after a blockage is removed. And this particular stent is made out of this shape memory alloy. It means it can expand and contract as needed, which is really helpful for keeping the artery open. So what do you think? Would you use this material to build something cool? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching another episode of The Physics Pen.